Awaken your spirit, chosen ones. The most dangerous power is the one nobody sees coming. You've heard the whispers. Chosen ones, gifted, touched by something beyond this world. But here's the twist. No one has a clue who you really are, not even you fully. Your true identity, hidden on purpose, locked away by divine hands because your abilities are not just any powers, they're top secret. Let's be real. If the world knew what you were capable of, they'd probably lose their minds. Or worse, they'd try to turn you into the next superhero meme. But that's the beauty of it. You're hidden in plain sight, underestimated by almost everyone around you. And why? Because your time hasn't come yet. The universe is playing a high-stakes game of chess, and you're the piece everyone's sleeping on. Until, of course, the right move is made. And then, well, let's just say the game changes forever. But until that moment, sit tight. Or don't. After all, even God loves a little suspense, right? At number 1, you're a walking paradox of humility and power. People look at you and think they have you all figured out. They see someone who's calm, easygoing, and maybe even a little too modest. But what they don't know is that underneath all that, you're a paradox. Humility wrapped around a core of incredible power. You could walk into a room and make the ground shift if you wanted to, but you choose not to. You have nothing to prove. And that's what throws everyone off. They expect loud confidence, but you're the quiet storm no one sees coming. It's not that you're hiding your abilities out of fear or insecurity. It's that you understand the value of moving under the radar. Flashy people want attention, but you're focused on the long game. Why show your cards when you can win the entire deck? What's more, you're fully aware of the impact you could have if you decided to unleash everything. But you don't. You've learned that real power doesn't need a spotlight. It's the quiet ones, the ones no one expects, who end up changing everything. Your humility acts as a perfect disguise. People underestimate you, and that's your advantage. They see your silence as a lack of ambition or strength, but in reality, it's your strategy. You let them think you're ordinary, even though you know you're anything but. And when the moment finally comes, when you decide to show just a fraction of what you're capable of, it's not just going to shock them, it's going to reshape the way they see you entirely. But until then, you're more than happy letting them think you're just another face in the crowd. It's all part of the plan. Number 2, your struggles weren't random. They were a refining process. The struggles you've been through weren't random, and they definitely weren't accidents. Those moments where everything seemed to fall apart, they were orchestrated. Life wasn't trying to break you down just for the sake of it. Instead, those tough times were part of a calculated process, almost like the universe was putting you through a secret training program. Each hardship was designed to strip away the unnecessary and sharpen your core, preparing you for something far bigger than the average person could even handle. Think about it. While most people crumble under pressure, you've learned to adapt, survive, and even thrive in situations that would overwhelm others. You've been refined, like steel forged in fire, until only your strongest, purest parts remain. It wasn't about punishing you, but about refining you. Every setback was meant to teach you something crucial: resilience, strategy, self-reliance. And now, even though others might not see it yet, you're built for something extraordinary. You've been conditioned to succeed in environments where most people would fail. The truth is, your potential couldn't have been developed in comfort. If everything had gone smoothly, you wouldn't have the same depth, the same insight, or the same power that you do now. There's a reason you've faced what you have. It was necessary for you to become the person you're destined to be. People often wonder why the strong seem to suffer the most. But the answer is simple. Greatness requires pressure. Your struggles were the universe's way of making sure you'd be ready for the kind of success and power that's meant for you alone. And when the time comes for you to fully step into that, everything will make sense. You weren't just surviving, you were being prepared for something massive. Number 3, you intimidate people without trying, and that's by design. Without even trying, you make people nervous. It's not that you're doing anything overtly intimidating, you're just being yourself. But something about your presence sets people on edge. It's almost as if they can sense there's something more to you, something they can't quite put their finger on. They might not know what it is, but they know you're different. And that difference makes them uneasy. The truth is, you carry a kind of quiet power that doesn't need to announce itself. It speaks for itself, and it's unsettling for those who are used to loud, superficial confidence. What's even more interesting is that this intimidation isn't intentional. You don't go out of your way to make people feel small or uncomfortable. In fact, you probably don't even notice it most of the time. But people around you do. It's like your energy exposes their insecurities and they can't handle it. They might not be able to pinpoint why, but they know something about you is way beyond what they're used to. That's part of why God has kept your true identity hidden. If people were fully aware of who you are and what you're capable of, it wouldn't just make them uncomfortable, it would flat out scare them. This unintentional intimidation works in your favor. It creates a natural barrier between you and the people who don't belong in your life. The ones who can't handle your energy quietly back away, making room for those who can see beyond the surface. You don't have to chase people away. Your presence does it for you. And for those who are meant to be in your circle, they aren't fazed by the quiet power you carry. They see it, respect it, and know that it's only a glimpse of what you're really hiding. Number 4. You see through the facade of the world. You're not fooled by the surface-level distractions that most people get lost in. While everyone else is busy chasing trends, obsessing over likes, or getting caught up in the latest drama, you're focused on something deeper. You see the world for what it really is. The layers underneath the noise, the true motivations driving people, and the bigger picture that most miss entirely. This isn't some accidental gift. It's part of why you've been chosen. Your vision cuts through the illusions that keep others blind, and that's a power not everyone can handle. But here's the thing. Knowing what you know can be dangerous. Most people aren't equipped to deal with the reality you've been shown. If they saw the world through your eyes, they'd either crumble under the weight of it or try to control it for their own gain. That's why God has kept your true identity under wraps. You've been given this unique insight because you can handle it. But not everyone should be trusted with that kind of knowledge. Your ability to see through the facade puts you in a league of your own. You can sense when people are being fake, when situations aren't what they appear to be, and when there's more going on than meets the eye. You're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And because of that, you've learned to navigate the world in a way that keeps you ahead of the game, even if no one else realizes it. It's not that you're aloof or disconnected, you're just operating on a different level. While others are caught up in the illusions, you're focused on what really matters, and that's a power not meant for just anyone to understand. Number 5. Your destiny is too massive for ordinary people to grasp. Your destiny is colossal, so immense that ordinary people can hardly begin to comprehend it. The reason your identity remains concealed is that revealing it prematurely would only invite misunderstanding and misinterpretation from those who think small. You weren't crafted for the confines of mediocrity or the pedestrian benchmarks of success that most people cling to. God knows that your path is designed to be larger than life itself, and this profound truth requires a unique journey of preparation. When you live among those who see the world in black and white, it becomes evident that your vibrant spectrum of potential can be daunting for them. They may struggle to understand why you think the way you do or why your aspirations seem to soar beyond their reach. If your identity were unveiled too soon, there would be an immediate impulse to box you in, to fit you into their limited frameworks of what success looks like. People often project their own fears and insecurities onto others, and your brilliance could become a source of envy or an invitation for others to undermine you. In this hidden phase, you have the opportunity to cultivate your unique gifts without the pressure of external expectations. This is a time to explore your true potential, to stretch beyond the ordinary, and to connect with your deeper purpose. The universe is preparing you for a destiny that will not only elevate your life, but also inspire others to break free from their constraints. When the moment is right and the world is ready, your true identity will emerge as a revelation, challenging the status quo and inviting others to reconsider their own limitations. Your journey is not just about personal success, it's about blazing a trail for others to follow. The profound nature of your destiny means that it will require your full strength, insight, and resilience. So embrace this time of preparation. Understand that your identity is hidden not as a punishment, but as a necessary shield, allowing you to grow into the extraordinary force you were meant to be. When the world finally sees you, it will be a sight to behold, an awakening that challenges everyone to rethink what they thought they knew about success and purpose. Number 6. The world isn't ready for your enlightenment. Your way of seeing the world is so far beyond what most people can comprehend that it's almost like you exist on a completely different wavelength. You don't just think outside the box, you live outside of it. While others are caught up in the day-to-day distractions, stuck in their own narrow perspectives, your mind has already leaped years ahead. It's not arrogance, it's just the way you're built. Your thoughts, your ideas, they push boundaries, challenge norms, and break through the walls that keep most people stuck in small thinking. But here's the kicker. The world isn't ready for that kind of enlightenment. If you revealed everything you see, if you shared the full depth of your understanding, it wouldn't just challenge people, it would terrify them. They've built their lives around comfortable lies and half-truths, and the reality you carry would shatter all of that. Society isn't equipped to handle someone like you, someone who operates on a level so far ahead of the curve that it's practically alien. That's why your true identity has to remain hidden, at least for now. God has concealed your full potential because humanity is still playing catch-up. If your true self were revealed too soon, it wouldn't just disrupt the status quo, it would implode it, and most people wouldn't know how to handle that kind of disruption. They'd resist, fear, and even try to suppress what they don't understand. So for now, your identity remains a mystery, not just for your protection, but for theirs. When the time is right, when the world is finally ready to evolve, your enlightenment will no longer be a secret. But until then, you walk among them, carrying a truth they can't yet see. Number 7. Your silence speaks louder than any words could. Your silence carries more weight than any loud proclamation ever could. You don't feel the need to declare who you are or what you're capable of, because deep down, you know that true power never has to announce itself. Those who constantly shout about their worth are often trying to convince themselves more than anyone else. But you move in silence, and it unsettles people because they can sense there's more to you than meets the eye. This quiet strength is exactly why God keeps your identity hidden. In a world where everyone is clamoring for attention, your ability to stay silent is what sets you apart. It's your shield, protecting you from unnecessary drama and the superficial noise that consumes others. Your silence gives you a unique advantage. While people are busy talking, you're busy doing. Your actions are deliberate, calculated, and far more powerful than any words could ever be. People underestimate you because you don't flaunt your power. And that's exactly how you like it. You let them think what they want, all while making moves behind the scenes. And when you do act, it speaks louder than anything you could have said. Your silence commands more respect than any speech ever could because it's rooted in confidence and control. Those who are meant to understand your power will see it in your actions, not in your words. And for those who miss it, they weren't meant to know in the first place. By moving quietly, you stay a step ahead. Your silence allows you to observe, to adapt, and to make sure that when you do reveal yourself, it's on your terms. Words might get lost, but your silence is unforgettable. It speaks to your strength, your purpose, and the undeniable power that lies within you. Number 8, you repel fake people without even trying. You have an uncanny ability to repel fake people without lifting a finger. It's not something you do consciously, but it's like your energy sends out a silent signal that exposes all the lies, hidden agendas, and shallow intentions that surround you. The moment someone with a fake persona steps into your space, they feel it. It's as if their mask starts to crack, and they can't bear to keep it on around you. They sense, on some level, that you can see through their facade, and it makes them uncomfortable, almost panicked. Instead of trying to manipulate or deceive you, they find excuses to distance themselves because they know their tricks won't work. God has kept your true identity hidden for a reason.